This is kind of funny because I basically filmed everything and I forgot to record an intro. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Safa. Today I'm going to be giving you the continuation of the Shadowhunters journey with the City of Glass. So last time we left off, still traumatizing, lots of things happened. If you want to have a recap, go watch the previous City of Ashes video. You'll get a lot of reactions from that. But this one, even more stuff happened. And this will be spoiler filled for the City of Glass and obviously details for the previous books. So if you have not read it, you can either just skip to my spoiler free section at the end or, just click off and check out some of my other clips. So without further ado, let's just get started in this. Okay, couple things to note here. City of Glass, I'm on page 22 now. Let me back this up. There you go. Page 22 of this book. Okay, I feel like Simon and... keep reading his name. Jace. Simon and Jace feel like they have some sort of understanding just because they have one common thing, which is Clary. And it's so weird, like they were having this kind of like intense conversation because Jace is like, I can't let her go to Idris with us and all this other crap. But Simon's like not even like allowing him to like really do this because he's asking Simon to lie to like Alec and everybody else and say that Clary doesn't want to go to Idris now, which is, bull, and Simon doesn't buy it. So he's like, I'm not going to lie for you just for your own sake. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be for Clary's sake. So I was like, thank goodness for that. But then out of the blue, some demon showed up, caused some terror with like the friends and everything. And not to mention, this girl who was supposed to save the mother, Madeline, now she's dead. Okay, like why were you even here? You were literally unnecessary. Like you didn't even need to be in this book if you're all just gonna die in the beginning anyway. Let's continue reading. Okay, I'm on page 65 of City of Glass now. Honestly, it's going slow. I'm not really into it. I guess I'm kind of in a reading slump right now. It's been about 5 days since I've like religiously picked up and just like read something so quickly. But I don't know, I think it's just this book or I'm just not motivated right now. So what's going on at the moment is that Clary and Luke just Clary made a portal and her and Luke passed through to get to Alicante and fell in the Lake of Sin. I think that's what it was called. And so they're like making their way to the Silent City. No, I'm confusing it with Idris. Is it Idris or Idris? I like saying Idris, it sounds better. Either way, so they're making their way there. In the meantime, we have Simon, Jace, Isabel, Alec, and then some other 2 people they're meeting. And what's interesting is that there's like these cousins, Aline, and Sebastian, I think is his name. Yeah, so Simon was like to Jace, like, you're flirting with her. Are you okay? Like, are you good in the head? But for me, like, yeah, it bugs me too. Like, he clearly likes Clary, but like, it's weird that way, right? Because we've discussed this many times before. Incest is a no-no. But still, it hurts. And I just know that if it was the opposite way, Jace would be equally as upset too. So at the same time, Simon's like playing the good advocate here for Clary, but it's still a rough situation. I don't know how much I'm going to get more done tonight just because I don't really want to read right now. It's really slow at the moment. But yeah, I'll update you next time. Okay, update. I'm on page 92 of City of Ashes. City of Glass now. Now, a couple things. The new Inquisitor dude showed up, and honestly, you can't trust any of them. They're all the same. They act on their own benefit to pursue their own goals and whatnot. And basically, the guy, Alec led Simon because Maris and like his dad constructed like some deal to send Simon home. But when Alec took him, the Inquisitor came by and he's like, oh, I can just take him for you. It's okay, you can go home, Shadowhunter. So he did that, and turns out he actually wants to imprison Simon or do something to him instead of sending him home. And I'm like, of course this is happening. Like, you can never trust these Inquisitors. Same thing with Imogen, which happened to Jace, and now the same thing is happening with Simon. Biggest thing, though, which is really funny, is that you really see a change in Jace and Simon's relationship. There's more of a mutual understanding between them, because they have a common reason to get along, which is Clary, obviously. But it's just kind of funny. Like, when they're alone together, they find, like, it's interesting how they get along better than when she's around, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's see what fate has in store for Simon. Peace. Sit here, I swear it makes my face look so much greasier than it already is. Okay, I'm back. Update on page, I'm not even done the chapter, 138. Jace, you're an asshole. Clary, you don't deserve him. No, you deserve better. Okay, Clary? First of all, she shows up, barges in, and then literally lays it out on him while he's making out with Aileen? Aileen? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Aileen, we'll go with that. And then she's like, why did you lie to me, Jace? All these other things, yada, yada, yada. And the guy's like, you don't deserve to be a Shadowhunter. You're not good enough and you never will be. All these things to basically just shoo her away because he doesn't want her to be there. And that's like, useless piece of crap. What are you doing? Like, I hate it when they do this to her. Literally destroy her confidence bit by bit until she feels like she's not worthy enough. But she is. She's got more power than any of them so far from what we've seen. And yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. Simon is continuously being tortured by the Inquisitor dude, trying to figure out what he knows and why he somehow turned into a daylighter. Other than that, like, this is going so slow for me. And I just want to finish this. Like, I am not enjoying it as much as I thought I would, and I just hope it gets better than that. Later. Again? Why the fuck is this happening again? I'm on page 210. And they kissed again. Do I even need to explain myself? Okay, guys, stop. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, do not go further. Do not. This is... What the fuck? Yes, don't touch her. These guys are like on my last nerve now. They're always flip-flopping between, oh, I really want to be with you at one point, and then flip-flop to the next thing. They don't. Oh my goodness. Okay, update on City of Glass. I am caught up to part 2, page 216 now. A lot of stuff went down, and judging by my reaction, why did they have to kiss again? Again? Literally. I don't understand this. Why are we going through this one more time? Are we gonna expect, like, every book there's gonna be some kiss scene? Like, it almost progressed to a sex scene, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is literally Game of Thrones now. Except they're just not outright explicit about it. However, more in detail about where I am. Jace and Clary went to the Wayland Manor to find the Book of the White, and they did find it. And then Clary knocked a book over, and it opened the secret entrance into the basement, and they found the angel Ithuriel. Now, they kind of rescued him, sort of, but then the guy just stabbed himself and, like, killed himself. And I'm guessing he kind of saved himself. I don't know. So he's gone now. Jace and Clary left out of the house. They had the, you know, their make-out moments. Anyway. And then, these guys, they are so infuriating to deal with. Like, one moment, they're like, I never wanted to act like you were my brother anyway, so let's just make up for 5 seconds, you know? And then, 5 seconds later, Clary's like, we should have never done this. I don't want to ever touch you again. Like, don't ever touch me again. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Are you okay? Like, what is with this split personality kind of going on? Just, like, it's bad enough they made out, but at least know what you want, okay? Like, please, for my sanity, it would be a lot better. But people are probably wondering, like, why do you rate it so high, even though, like, I'm clearly cringing right now? It's actually entertaining, to say the least. It really is. But despite everything going on, like, I cannot give it 5 stars. That's the only thing. And then lastly, where we left off before the chapter ended, they climbed through the portal, I think. I forgot what Clary did. And then they found that Alicante is now burning. So I'm assuming Valentine showed up and burning everything. Holy crap. Okay. Updates. I'm on page 282. Currently, Hodge has died. We found out Samuel is actually Hodge. Simon escaped. And now it seems like what's-his-face Sebastian's working with Valentine. It's so funny because he's always trying to drive a wedge between him and Jace. And Hodge just said something. He said Jonathan before he died. But he was saying, not you, and he was pointing to Jace. Is this what I think it is? Is this what I think it is? If it is, it makes so much more sense. And this whole incest thing can be put to rest. Okay, let's continue reading. Okay, reading update. I'm on page 330. A couple things happened. Max died, which is, although I had no connection to the guy, so I don't feel sad at all, but like I'm sad for the characters, especially Isabel, because she was really close to him. Valentine shows up, even though he's some projection, and kills Aldertree. Thank goodness he's gone. Luke saves the day, so thank God he was there. And then we have a Clary Jace moment. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Sebastian, even though he wasn't really Sebastian, he's like #1 suspect for all this shit that went down, which, you know, makes the most sense. Obviously, he clearly is the person. But now Jace and Clary are having this heart-to-heart after everything's kind of went down. And he's like, oh my, okay, let me just read this because it's actually really sweet. And I'm supposed to sit by while you date boys, fall in love with someone else, get married, and meanwhile, I'll die a little bit more every day watching. No, you won't care by then. Please, if we don't say anything, if we just pretend, there is no pretending. I love you, and I will love you until I die. And if there's a life after that, I'll love you then. That's sweet, Jace. It's really sweet. But this can't happen. So, like, that's a great line. That's something I would highlight, although I can't because I gotta return this. Okay, let's continue reading. Oh my god, huge updates to get. Oh my gosh. Okay, forget what page I'm on. Jace and Clary are not brother and sister. Woo! Finally. The incest phase is over. Okay, wait. Sort of. Even though she kissed Sebastian, it's like, you know. But the main reason we've all been cringing this entire time was because of Jace and Clary. And now look at us. We're home free. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And I'm so glad. Ooh, I don't know. What else was I supposed to... Okay, yeah, page 441 is where I'm at. Yeah, I forgot to update for a while. A lot went down. You know what's funny, though, is that despite, like, the story being a little longer, I feel like not much has gone on, which I guess is a good thing. That's kind of all I wanted to update, honestly. Hold on, I tabbed it. Let's back up for a second. Because Jocelyn actually told Clary, and then I think Jace overheard it from Sebastian and Valentine talking. Okay. So Clary's talking to Jocelyn. Oh yeah, Jocelyn woke up. I forgot to mention that. Besides that point. Okay, also, forgot. But, like, I'm so glad Clary just, like, ranted and, like, belted out everything she had on her chest about why her mother lied to her and all these other things. So happy about that because, honestly, her mother is terrible. Like, look what she's done. She's, like, hidden everything from Clary and she's had to figure this out on pretty much her own. And now her mother comes back. She's like, oh my god, I shouldn't have done this to you. Like, no. Just stop. If you hadn't done this in the beginning, none of this would have happened. She would have been fine to some extent. And she would have known Jace is not her actual brother. Would have made things so much better. But back to what I was saying. So they were talking and she said on page 403, so Jace is not my brother? She felt her mother squeeze her hand, a sympathetic squeeze. No, Clary, he is not. Hallelujah. I think Raphael has kind of made a deal that's saying if you give Simon over, the vampires will help with the Accords and like all these other things in order to fight Valentine. Because Luke has kind of rallied most of the Downworlders to help the Clave fight Valentine. Because Valentine and Sebastian have the Mortal Cup and the Soul Sword. And so they have the mirror, like Lynn. So all they have to do is just go there. But, like, I'm wondering what they're waiting for. Oh, they're waiting for the Clave to hand over, like, themselves to them. So they don't have to wait for the fight. But, like, yeah. Bottom line, Jace and Claire are not brother and sister. Woo! Okay, let's continue. What are you this girl literally runs to Jace after he's like shanked, and then she's like giving him this whole lecture about how he's not Clary's sister. I'm like, dude, he's literally dying, bleeding out on the floor, and all you care about is explaining this right now. The man's literally about to die. Like, what are you doing? Oh, she's using the Aratse spell thing. Okay, so he's healing. Ugh, phew. Oh, that ain't good. Just don't start dreaming of Clary. That's how you know it gets bad. He stabbed him in that special place in the back where you could sever the spine and stab the heart at the same time. Good job, Jace. You were listening. I've officially finished City of Glass now. Finally. They're no longer brother and sister. Valentine is dead. Jace is revived. And yeah, happy ever after. Although it's not the end of the series. There's still like 3 more books for me to read. But, you know, main issue aside, I don't know what happened to the mortal instruments. Because I remember it sunk into Lake Lynn. The angel, like, rised out of the lake. It granted Clary's wish to revive Jace. But here's the thing. They said that Sebastian was killed by Jace, but they couldn't find his body. So, obviously, if you don't find the body, that means he's still alive somewhere. So, knowing this, he will reappear in the next books. Lovely. Just when we thought this whole incest thing was over, and now it's back at it again with a vengeance. But our favorite couple, Jace and Clary, are normal, which is lovely. Now Luke and Jocelyn are an item now. That's cute. Other things that happened. Yeah, Malachi the consul, dead. Honestly, didn't really care for him anyway. But yeah, I like the part where Amatis gave Jace that box with like Stephen Herondale's belongings, like his letters and like his things that he just written, and he gave it to him. But like Jace doesn't feel the connection with his dad. I mean, obviously, but I like the part where they just describe like, you're just Jace Lightwood. You're not Jace Herondale. You're not Jonathan Christopher Morgenstern. Blah blah. Like, how can one person have so many names? Anyway, but they're like, you're Jace Lightwood. Maris named you Jace, so you will always be a part of their family. I was like, that was really sweet. I like that. And then the Sealy Queen showed up. I was like, oh my gosh, that favor. And she's like, in exchange for me helping you from before, I just want Meliorn to sit on the Clave seat as like their representative. And she's like, okay, that's it. And then the queen was like kind of explaining what she meant by like, you and your brother have the same blood or something. Like she meant the angel blood in them. I was like, everything makes more sense now. So that's kind of the end of the book. We left off with fireworks. Is really cute. And yeah, that's just kind of it. Okay, overall thoughts, ratings. I'd give City of Glass probably 3.5 to 4 stars. Honestly, between City of Bones, City of Ashes, and this book, there's nothing that really separates them all. They all kind of feel the same. They have, you know, general introduction of new characters, ups and downs in the plot, some sort of disconnection with the characters and the relationships happen, but then they make up later, and then we have a big reveal by the end, and then something good happens, and yet there's something disastrous happen to lead to the next book. That's exactly what happens in every book. But I can't say I like this one more than the others, or I like the others more than this. Like, they all feel the same. That's the thing. But I've heard from a lot of other people that the next 2 books, I think, are supposed to be really good. Hopefully. But yeah, we see a lot of huge things happen in this one in particular. A lot of things are good now in the clear. Relationships are better. I don't have to piss you guys off with my rants all the time about them now. But honestly, what else am I going to rant about in this series? That's what I'm wondering about. But there are some, you know, people that should be dead that are missing. gotta leave it at that. And obviously I feel like that's where the next books are gonna, you know, continue in terms of like the plot and whatever. This will be interesting to see how it heads. Yeah, that's kind of it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for my next reading vlog for, what the heck is the next book? City of Fallen Angels. Yeah, however that might go.